Well, good afternoon, friends and family. We are so
Hi,
excited to see you all here today. We have a very special guests joining us tonight.
We do, and it's been a little while since
It's been a
had
month.
session.
It's been a month since our last connection, and so
we've missed you all. And I have a new phrase for the time we're living in. I'm calling it the time of misery and magic, pain and possibilities. And as the time keeps going on, we're hearing more and more stories from folks, and I know everyone listening is experiencing their own stories of misery and magic. So,
but let's talk about magic, because what we have in store for you today is a magical ensemble of Eriko and Kumiko. They are joining us live right here from the Washington, D.C. area. Welcome, Eriko and Kumiko.
We are ladies.
We are so excited to see you, and I know you have a beautiful program for us tonight. And Eriko, you've been singing since you were a little girl, right?
Yes, actually, I started my singing career in the boys and girls chorus group in the city at age 10.
Oh my goodness!
Back in Japan, right?
Yes, and since then I'm singing.
And Eriko, which city?
It is Kurashiki City in Okayama Prefecture.
Wonderful. And Kumiko, when did you start playing the piano?
I started piano when I was, my mother told me that 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't remember.
So it's been since birth, basically.
Yes, right. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And the two of you met here in Washington, D.C.?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, right.
And one of the organizations that Eriko founded is the KIMONODESisters?
Yes, it is. I founded this group just because all ladies, Japanese ladies here, some of them would like to wear the kimono. So I gathered them up, and why don't we have a performance and introducing our culture through kimono? And they like to sing, so why don't we sing on the stage? That's how we started.
It sounds like a wonderful idea. And speaking of singing, the two of you have prepared a program of early 20th century Japanese music. Would you like to introduce the first piece?
Yes, I'd love to. So first piece, I would like to sing the Kojo no Tsuki, means the moon over the ruined castle, which was composed in 1901. So more than 100 years ago. And this is a very recognized as a very fast song, as a Japanese song, which was composed in Western method.
Okay, wonderful. Well, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Shall we?
Oh, beautiful.
That is so beautiful.
You just transported us to another
Thank
world.
Thank you.
This song was like you can easily imagine about the Kurosawa's movie, Seven Samurais. There are the winners. There are always losers too. But whatever it is, whatever we've done, whatever the human beings' activities done, but still Moon is trying to show us, the ancient time, present time. Nothing has changed actually in our human activities. But you see the moon is showing beautifully sending the beams.
And Eriko, what can you tell us? Who is the composer of that piece?
Yes, this was composed by Taki Rentaro, who has went to a German and learned the music.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. And I'm curious to understand what is the difference between the Western style of composing music versus the Eastern style? Is it a different scale?
Yes.
What do you think is, what would you please tell me what is the difference between?
All right. Western scale is do re mi fa sol la si do, but Eastern is da 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 なんだっけdo la si do re mi fa sol something very minor sound of scale, right?
That's
Da da dee da dee da dee dee. Yes, that is.
Wow. That's fascinating.
That's fascinating. It's and minor scales are so evocative of so many emotions. I am a big fan of minor scale music, and so I can see that would be. And why do you think it was composed in the Western style?
What do I say it again?
Why did they compose it in the Western style? Why?
Because we adopted so much of Western cultures in Meiji era, which is like 100 years ago, more than 100 years ago, I should say. And then people went to France, Germany, and tried to learn as much as possible, like arts, including the painting and also music. So they accepted the new method and composed, but still has a tradition in the music, and you can see the slightly sad kind of sound.
Mm-hmm.
This piece that I just sang, and you can see so much of Eastern feelings.
And then in turn, the Westerners learned so much about your music, and it began to influence our composers.
Yes, I think there's なんだっけ、歌丸。歌丸 is a painter. Painter. And he also gave a lot of ideas to European people, impressions.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, what do you say we go into the next piece?
Yes. Okay. I would like to present the piece. Poem was done by Hayashi Koke, and the music done by Narita Tamezo. And actually, this poem was made in 1913, and Tamezo sent music. He made a song and sent to his love, but she denied.
Oh no!
She didn't accept him, and she sent it back the music to him. And then finally, he published this music in 1918 after 5 years. Yes, or 3 years or 2 years. So this is about the first. This called Eastern. No, the Song at the Shore. In the English name is a Song at the Shore, and this lady. She lost the love. She had a great love, but lost. And then she lost her health too. She was so ill. So she was in the bed for a long time. So after some time later, probably at this time, she visited to the beach and walk around. And then she just remembered all the past love. And it was pain, but it was beautiful. And she still probably has a feeling towards that person, but it's gone. But the waves just come and go, and go, just like her feelings come and go, So this is another famous song that probably people know in the music industry. So here we go.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
That was beautiful. And we don't reject it. We accept the song.
Beautiful song.
We do.
Well, it's certainly a universal emotion. I mean,
Yes, yes.
And I can, those scales definitely sound like waves coming and going. So that was very evocative.
Yes, this accompaniment, and it's very nicely made, as you can actually hear the sound of waves come and go, and also time. Time also come and go, and it's a beautiful combination.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
And Eriko, you also spent some time in Sri Lanka.
Yes, I did. Actually, I spent like 15 years in Sri Lanka. My first marriage, I spent, and I raised up my daughter there. And actually, I started to take a private lesson under the Sri Lankan lady, Menaka. And she taught me, she just brought me back the music again. And that's how I am now. Yes, because after the college, started to work and forget about this traditional music, and I just followed to the jazz, pops and rock and roll, and then I just sang in the band too.
oh my goodness!
So yes,
You're a woman of many mysteries. I'm curious. Those 15 years in Sri Lanka, were there musical influences? I imagine that you picked up from Sri Lanka.
Yes, they have. Well, their activity in Western music, especially classics, it's popular and it's very active now. And so there is an orchestra, symphony orchestra, or chamber music. And sometimes they have an opera. The conductor comes from Europe. And that's fantastic place, and you got so much time. So you have a time to practice. You have time to consider what kind of music, imagination of the songs, and plenty of time. And the beach is there, and the mountain is there, and it's a beautiful place.
That's a great advertisement for Sri Lankan tourism.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
And Kumiko, did you play in any rock bands?
Well, actually, never. And actually, when the June? Oh no, August. Our third concert. Eriko picked jazz.
Oh, and how was it?
And
How'd that go?
quite challenging for me, but actually because of that, Eriko was so nicely jazz. So that, brought me to the freedom of, music. And I really enjoyed those tunes and everything. So that was quite fresh to me.
So everybody listening, stay tuned for the jazz album.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And Kumiko, what is the composer that you enjoy performing the most?
Oh.
Chopin? No, not Chopin. Jazz?
What did you sing?
I forgot.
We put you on the spot there.
Fly Me to the Moon.
Yeah, Fly Me to
Lullaby
the Moon.
over Birdland, and she liked the Lullaby of Birdland.
Yeah, Lullaby to the Moon.
Oh, yes.
Do you think it's
challenging for me, but I really enjoyed.
Well, maybe we can entice you another time to come back and take some big risks with us.
Thank you.
Would you do that?
Absolutely, yes.
That's wonderful. And I know you have another piece prepared, but before we go there, I want people to take a look at the beautiful kimonos you have on. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, like this. This is
that's beautiful.
Yes, we were wearing the second level of the kimono, which is homongi, and actually, this kimono is really when you go to a concert, when you go to even wedding ceremonies, those official events, and we wear those. So it has a slight, patterns, but not many, not all around, only the partially on the bottom, and then that is high class. And she's very nice, a pumpkin color also coordinate, and just a good combination. And I am wearing something dark gold color. It's good for red color. So we actually enjoy the combination of colors. We are playful.
That's wonderful.
It's really gorgeous. And I have a question. What do you call in Japanese? What do you call the piece that's in the back? What do you call the
obi?
Obi.
Obi is a belt, yes, and it's like a 6 meters. What's the 6 meters in?
Like 13 feet.
Yeah, long.
Yeah.
And then we just wrap around and then make a fold it at the back, make it nicely looking.
It's beautiful. Well, and you have one last piece for us, don't you?
Yes, I do. And which is the last song. I picked the name First Love, Hatsukoi, composed by Koshitani Tatsunosuke, and the poet of Ishikawa Takuboku, which is Japanese people all know about him, Ishikawa Takuboku. And it was made in 1938, a little later. And again, which is about the lady is walking in the sand and the beach, and just lie down and remember that her first love, which was painful, but it's sweet, which everybody has experience about those, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
I have them. So just once in a while, stop and think and recall those good memories. And this song is all about painful but sweet.
Wonderful.
Yes. All right. Shall we?
That's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much. This was a beautiful, wonderful exchange. In Eriko and Kumiko, we are so grateful that you spent this few minutes with us and sharing your talents and your culture. I hope that we can do it again soon. And I want to ask you for some wisdom. What would Japanese culture tell us on how to sustain our spirits during these hard times that we're in right now?
What I can say is, like, okay, we have a culture to wear the masks too, even before the pandemic.
Yes.
This disaster happened. This comes from let's think someone else. Let's think others first, and then we think. So because we don't want to spread it with a flu or just a cold, we should wear the mask as well as its protection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have both ideas. Just do for others and do for us too.
Mm-hmm.
So if all of us have this kind of feelings or the thoughts, just think others and be kind to other people. That is important, I think.
Beautiful.
Right?
I agree. Kindness is pivotal, and putting others before you also as well. I am so thankful that you agreed to be on our little show tonight. I am inspired, and I cannot wait to see you again and rock it out in Western style.
And we're so glad to have these new friends.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you.
For wearing kimono.
Yeah, right.
Oh well, not as beautifully as you, but it's
You look
something.
very sharp.
And we'll stay in touch. And thank you everyone at home for watching. And we'll stay safe. And I hope you do the same. And as Eriko and Kumiko said, think of others first. And
Yes.
and let's be kind to one another.
And all take care of one another.
That's right. Thank you again. Until next time. This was the
Thank
Music
you very
Connect.
much.
Very
Thank you.
much.